Send instant messages, email, and chat right on your TV.
Get more out of your TV.
Go to AOL keyword AOL TV or visit Circuit City. AOL Anywhere, anytime, all the time. Now you're always in touch. America Online has stuff you won't find anywhere else. Learn more. Call 1-800-4ONLINE. America Online, so easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
For golf fans out there, this is like a religious moment. These 4 days, the Masters Golf Tournament is underway in Augusta, Georgia. In the lead after the first round, former University of Florida golfer Chris DiMarco. It's his first appearance at the Masters. Let's get some more information on this fantastic golf tournament. Let's go to CNN Sports Illustrated's Tom Rinaldi. He is joining us on the phone. Tom, hello. Good to talk to you. We can't see you. We can talk to you at least.
Yeah, you can't actually see me, Darren. Not because we don't have cameras out here, but because the Masters doesn't let you use them while play is going on if you're not paying for the rights. In case you don't know that much about Chris DiMarco, that would put you pretty squarely in the majority of the rest of America, and probably the rest of the world, including golf fans. Not a lot of people that know very much about him. He's a guy who lost his tour card as recently as after the '95 season. He was on the Nike Tour, a guy who would drive from tournament to tournament in a custom-made van painted in the bright colors of the University of Florida Gators. But he's found his touch. He has one tour victory. That was at the Pennsylvania Open last year. But his earnings on the money list qualified him to get here to the Masters. And after walking about 9 of the holes with him yesterday, you could see he had a great putting touch, just 25
Tell us about
putts
this
to make his
putt.
way.
Tell us about his grip when he putts. It's called the Psycho Grip.
That's
it is
correct.
so strange looking. It looks like he's sweeping up the floor rather than putting.
Exactly. Actually, it's a grip that's used frequently for people who have what's called a broomstick putter, or a very large putter that comes up to chest level. He does not use a putter that big, but he still uses that same grip. I joked with him yesterday that it seems sort of like a golf version of Ty Cobb's golf grip, if even Ty Cobb wanted to contort the grip even further. It's a very, very strange grip, but he's putting very well. Tees off a little later this hour.
Can't talk about Augusta or golf without talking about Tiger Woods, who I understand, at least he was scheduled to tee off about an hour ago. Has he started today?
He has, and he's got it going. He's already 2 under on his round. He shot a 70 yesterday in the first round. He's on the front 9 right now. He had it down to 4 under. Remember, 70, there were some low scores yesterday, but 70 is a good omen for him. Why? 1997, he shot a 70. He went on to tie or set 20 course records on the way to winning his first green jacket. Of course, that's what prompted Jack Nicklaus to say he expected Tiger to win 10 more. How's that for a little bit of pressure as he tries to chase history in winning an unprecedented 4th consecutive major championship? So he's out on the course right now. Seems to be playing well.
Well, I know other golfers would say that they're very critical. The golf media is saying that people like you don't care about anybody besides Tiger Woods. But besides Tiger and yesterday's leader, Chris DiMarco, who are you interested to watch? Phil Mickelson comes to mind for me.
He does instantly. But, you know, I think one of the interesting things about the Masters, with the weather that we've had, the fact that the course isn't playing as difficult, experience doesn't seem to play as much a factor as it has recently. I think you're going to see some low scores still put up by some people that will surprise folks. Phil Mickelson has been playing very, very well. But take a look maybe for Angel Cabrera. He's tied for the lead right now. So is Steve Stricker. Stricker, for example, is a guy who was tied for the lead going into the last round of the PGA Championship back in 1998. He had a stare down with Vijay Singh. He lost by a single stroke. So when you think about guys who've been in contention before, there are some players who could come up and prevent Tiger from making history and get us people covering the golf tournaments to perhaps pay some attention to some of the other guys.
Make you do some work out there. Well, Tom Rinaldi, no matter who wins and who is leading today, you enjoy the time. Thanks for the report, and I'll see you out there tomorrow. Looking forward to that. You heard him talk about the weather.
Well, we couldn't see what it was like, though, because he was on the phone.
Right.
So let's turn to Chad Myers now for a sense of what it's like over Augusta.
It is
Chad?
amazing out there right now. 65 degrees, no wind, and partly cloudy skies. You could not ask for a better day to play golf. The ground is nice and soft from all the rain that they've had there. Should be, again, a big day of low scores. But for tomorrow, it gets hot. Darren, you need to take something cool with you to drink. 82 will be the high tomorrow. All sunshine because the storm behind me doesn't get there yet. The storm back behind me will make some severe weather, though, for the Central Plains. Let's transition into that. Already seeing some strong weather near the Quad Cities, but for the most part, We're still waiting for the upper level storm. We talk about this in the winter sometimes, this upper level low thing, this thing you never get to see. But it's there. It's a big trough, big dip in the jet stream back out here. It's going to run across and into Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas with the potential for significant severe weather. I'm sure we'll have tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches all through the afternoon. A watch, tornado watch, means that the conditions are favorable, but they're not happening yet. Tornadoes are not happening yet. When you hear the word warning, that's when a tornado has been spotted, or by a train spotter, or even by the new Weather Service Doppler radars. Tornado safety, if you're in a house, good place. Downstairs. If you don't have a basement, get inside some kind of a room without windows, like a big closet in the middle of your house. Stay away from the windows. Don't open them up. And if you're in a vehicle, any kind of car, don't try to outrun it. Get away from it. Get down into a ditch and away from it. I know that sounds kind of disgusting. You get hit by the rain and all that, but it's the only way to stay safe. Mobile homes, worst place to be in a tornado. You need to get out of there and get to a structure that will make your life a little bit safer, because tornadoes, even if they're tied down, mobile homes still roll over very easily. That's where most of the deaths occur. That's all I have for you right now, but more on the storm coming up in a little bit.
All right,
Sobering news,
thanks so
Chad.
much. Yeah, serious situation in the Midwest. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, next up, the latest on the U.S.-China standoff, a live report from our Andrea Koppel, who is at the State Department.
Also coming up, we'll look at that new movie, Blow. It stars Johnny Depp and that man who used to play Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens.
From case, court to gavel. Join Greta Van Susteren and Roger Cossack for Burden of Proof. Today, 12:30 Eastern on CNN.
If you have bad credit, Premier Auto Group wants you to know. You don't have to settle for a car or truck you don't want. You don't have to buy a car you can't depend on. And believe it or not, you probably won't have to pay excessive interest rates either. Choose from hundreds of new or pre-owned vehicles, and you'll be treated like our most valued customer, because at Premier Auto Group, you are our most valued customer.
At Premier Auto Group, we're proud to offer financing to every buyer.
Premier Lincoln Mercury Mitsubishi Daewoo on Canyon Road in Beaverton. You push the buttons, you pick the hits. This April, the movies you want are on In Demand. Oh! Get the hits you want delivered home on In Demand. You rule.
This is CNN.
Welcome back to CNN Live this morning. I'm Darren Kagan.
I'm Stephen Fraser, in for Leon Harris. The latest now on that spy plane standoff between the United States and China. Just minutes ago, as you might have seen here on CNN, Secretary of State Colin Powell briefing reporters. He said U.S. officials are encouraged by their discussions thus far with Chinese officials. We want to talk a little bit more about that now with our State Department correspondent, Andrea Koppel. From what he said, though, Andrea, it sounded like the conditions that the crew is being kept in is the most encouraging news that they've received so far.
Yes, it is, Stephen. The Secretary of State Powell briefing reporters on the status of the crew members. They had just gotten briefed. President Bush and Secretary Powell had just been briefed on that meeting this morning with those two U.S. diplomats who saw them now for the second time this week. And as you mentioned, he had an update on the status of those 24 crew members.
All of the crew members are in fine shape. They're in good health. They're in high spirits. The morale is great. And to quote one of the things that the general said to the president, make you feel real proud. They look good. They are residing in Chinese officer quarters, so they are being cared for well in these equivalent of Chinese officer quarters. And the rooms that they're in are clean and well lit, and they have all the provisions they need. They are receiving catered food from outside, so the Chinese are taking good care of our men and women.
In addition, Secretary Powell said that there was no evidence of any physical or mental abuse. He said that these U.S. diplomats expect to see the crew again on Saturday, tomorrow, and that they hope to see, and their expectation is that they would be able to see the crew regularly until they're released. Now, as Secretary Powell said publicly now for the first time, what CNN has been reporting since yesterday, the negotiations to get those crew members released have been going well. In his words, they've been exchanging precise ideas as to how they might do that. China and the U.S. obviously have certain points that they're debating right now. Among them, China wants the U.S. to stop flying surveillance flights along its coast. And so they're talking about, among the ideas State Department officials say they're discussing, is a maritime military commission that was brought about a few years ago to deal with problems at sea. And, Stephen, they're now talking about how perhaps to use that commission as a mechanism to discuss what to do about U.S. air flights near and around China soil.
So help me with the protocol of this then, Andrea. If this whole entire matter were referred to that Maritime Commission, which already exists, would that show that it's all being calmed down, scaled back from the absolute top-level diplomacy that we're seeing now?
Well, I think it's a combination of all of those things. This is one aspect of a larger puzzle that they're trying to complete right now in terms of gaining the release of those crew members. I rather doubt that Secretary Powell himself would be sitting down with his counterpart to deal with this commission. So most likely there would be senior military officers or senior diplomats who would be sitting in on the meeting. But all of this, in Secretary Powell's words, are encouraging signs that after almost a week, they're finally making some progress, finally talking to one another in a productive way. And he said that the negotiations are continuing in Beijing with the U.S. ambassador there and here in Washington. They're really trying to keep this going around the clock.
And it's been a long week for you, Andrea, given that 12-hour time difference between Washington and Beijing. Thanks for those insights this morning.
Coming up next, we're going to shift gears, talk about a little bit of entertainment news ahead. You have seen The Millionaire Show, of course, on television. Now comes the Disney attraction by the same name.
What'll Disney think up next? Bill Tush will have details when he talks to none other than Regis Philbin. His final answer straight ahead.
Come on, Billy. You got it, Billy. Take your time. Take your time. Oh.
Doesn't Billy remind you of Grant at his age? Mm-hmm. He's got the height. He's going to be over 6 foot. Yeah.
All net.
Told you. I told you.
Billy, go. Yes.
Oh.
I think we should be considering an agent.
Oh, yeah. Agent? What Billy needs is a really good retirement plan.
TD Waterhouse provides the online tools to help you plan your retirement and real people you can actually talk to. How easy is this?
Walgreens has thousands of locations across America, from the corner of Elm in Maine to the corner of Montgomery and Pine, to our newest location, Walgreens.com. You can manage your health care on America's healthiest website, because America's favorite corner drugstore is now located on the corner of your desk. Register online or come into Walgreens Pharmacy and we'll do it for you. Walgreens.com. Another reason Walgreens is the pharmacy America trusts.
Key West is famous for inspiring a lot of great works, as well as no work at all.
The greatest athletes in the world head back to Australia to once and for all prove who's best. See the 2001 Goodwill Games from Brisbane on TNT, where the world's best prove it. Presented by New Balance Athletic Shoe.